So I guess it's just gonna be on the fly basically to see how everything is gonna go, right? So just before we go into things, I'm gonna keep track of a few things on the WordPad, right? So first, what is your goal? Like, what is your goal that you really want to get in this first tier of Castle Nature, right? What is your main goal?
I don't know, probably killing some mythic bosses later on in the tier, and therefore putting out no, just a second, outputting the most of my most of damage I could.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. No, I see what you mean. Indeed, like you want to just get some few mythic bosses in there, and at the same time you want to be able to, just do the best. You put use the most of your character that you have, right? Like you want to perform as good as you can on that. So I must say already as well, right? I am not the greatest mage either, right? But I gladly help other people out on anything, that I can help on, right? So that's definitely something as well. So just keep that in mind as well, right? That I myself might make some mistakes as well, but so just keep that in mind. But all right.
Of course we'll do.
Perfect. So this is going to be the very first session, like I just said, right? So this is going to be an interesting one for me as well to see how this is going to go. So we know that your main goal is, at least killing some mythic bosses, right, into later into the tier. So we know that, what your goals is going to be. So what is actually, are you in game right now?
Yes.
Can you quickly share your screen for me on Discord? Because then I can just, perfect.
But isn't the problem with Sinful Revelation that you actually must hit the actual target, which is hit by the Sinful Revelation?
No.
Okay.
No. Actually, that's the case indeed. So you actually have to attack that one target. But most of the time, right, especially during raiding or whatever, you always have that one target that needs to die quicker, right? So if you get this buff onto a target that needs to die quicker, it's fine, right? Since you're going to do an additional 6% damage on top of that target than what you were going to do before. So sure, sometimes it can be wasted, but it's just, if this happens, right, during your combustion, you're just going to do an additional X amount of percent damage during that window as well, which is just really amazing, since most of the times, whenever you have a proc item, that usually procs early into the fight. So if you're like lucky, right, at the beginning and you just get it during your combustion, it's just a straight up 6% damage buff almost to your combustion, right? So that one is just really strong for that. And I don't know if you know how to sim different enchants. It does take ages though to sim different enchants. That is already a warning that I must give. And you will see as well, right, that it's actually going to be better than what you currently have, Celestial Guidance.
Okay.
So that's already, my tip as well. I see you already have haste. That's good. Indeed, you have 38% crit, 50% haste, monster inverse. I do recommend to get like 20% haste. Usually that's where the soft cap hits for fire mages, right? Of the cap where you want to get. The moment you hit 20% haste, indeed, is the moment you also want like either crit, mastery, or first, right? Those three stats become really really equal to each other, and you're going to be able, to min-max your gear a lot more the moment you have that 20% haste. So that's something I would, try and recommend to get. I see as well in your backpack you actually have the Soul Infuser trinket, which is actually amazing, and you have the Gladiator's badge, right?
Yes.
Are you able? Did you check out if the badge, right, the 184 badge that you currently have, if you upgrade it to 197, which is possible at the moment, that might be better, right? Since you need a lot of haste at the moment, since you had 15% haste. So maybe using that badge, the one that gives you haste, is actually going to be better for you at the moment than if you were going to use the crit badge. That was actually for myself, that was the case. I was like lacking haste, but I did have the crit badge already, but I needed to get haste, right? So I tried to get... I got both of the trinkets. I was simming them both, and the one with haste was just like 30 DPS higher. Just purely because of the fact that it was just going to give me so much more haste.
Okay.
So that is something as well that I would like recommend to just see and try. I'm gonna actually sim for myself as well. If you don't know if I'm gonna be able to get your sims right here, so then we can sim together and we can see what's actually gonna be better indeed.
How can I send it to you? There's probably a character limit on Discord.
Sorry, 1 second. Self96, thank you for the subscription, man. Thank you for the Twitch spar. I really appreciate it. All right, sorry about that. Go ahead. So what I like to do, can I actually get your sim somehow? Like, or is it too many? Like, can you try to like copy paste your sim into Discord, into the messenger, and then maybe we can look into it together? Because I don't know if that's...
No, there's a character limit.
There's a character limit, right? Shit, I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, next time I already know. Sorry?
I'll just send you a WordPad.
Yeah, if you can do that, awesome. Then I can also use your current sim, right, to sim craft some gear and see indeed what's going to be the best. I like it, actually, that you have your potions. Yeah, your UI is clean. I like that. Later on, we're going to also be looking on how your UI is going to look during raids, because having a clean UI for raiding is really going to help you a lot. Because you're going to be able... yeah, then we're going to be able to even see how the fight's actually going. Perfect, you send it, so we're just quickly gonna grab that. And there we go. We're gonna be able to copy paste this, and then we can also just throw that in the sims, and then we're gonna be able to compare gear, right? I hope this works right here as well. Yeah, all right, perfect. So you have this badge at the moment as well, and we're just gonna quickly check how this is... Yeah, what is going to be better, right? And maybe the 184 is already better, but I'm just going to throw in the other one as well, where we're going to be able to check out the other badge in order to see... Well, what's the name again? Sinful... What's the name?
It's the Sinful Aspirants badge of ferocity.
Aspirant badge. All right, perfect. Aspirants badge. Yeah, perfect. There we have it. I know level 197, right? That might already be better, right? And I see also that you have the Unbound Changeling at the moment. The Soul Infuser is actually better. Since they actually hotfixed the trinket that it doesn't randomly pull mobs anymore during... if something's out of combat. Yeah, they switched it. So that's actually... I had the same thing as you. I had it, right? But I was not actually using it, since I was randomly pulling shit with it, right? Yeah. But they fixed it. They fixed it. Like, it's basically the same thing as Starfall from Boomies, right? That if you're pulling it, if you're using it during a fight, they're not going to pull anything that's outside of combat. So... And if you just use that trinket during your combustion with the Infernal Cascade stack, since that actually works, right? Like, I tested it out myself, that if you use it at the end of your combustion, where you still have 2 stacks of Infernal Cascade, it actually works on that trinket as well. So, it's just straight up a 25% damage bonus if you have it.
Okay.
Oh, this is annoying. Yeah, my Raid Bolts Premium just ran out, so... It kind of takes a long time to, get it going, right? So if you just try it out indeed at the moment, and if you combust and you just get 2 stacks and you instantly use the trinket, then you can see that it actually deals with quite some damage. I don't know if you can check now in details. And then afterwards you do it without your combustion. So right now it was for 7.5k, right? And you had 2 stacks of Infernal Cascade. Oh shit, you're actually using potion every single time. Damn, it's gonna be expensive.
Just to have it.
Just to have it, I see. So now we're just quickly gonna wait for the trinket to get over, right? 30 seconds. And then we'll actually probably see the damage difference. So it was 7.5k at the moment, right? So let's just see how much it's gonna be whenever we're actually doing it without the combustion. Like, I'm gonna test it out while we're here, right? I don't have it to 13.1, but So we just use it. Yeah, right now, the normal one actually only hit for... I have a 226 one, right? Normal hit was 6.5k. And you have a 213, which just dealt for 7.5k, right? So it's definitely already, if you use that. Yeah, it's active now if you can just use it quickly on the dummy. So we can see how much it deals. Oh, was that a crit? It must be a crit. Yeah, but if you had your Infernal Cascade active, right, it was going to even hit for more. Since, yeah, the crit multiplier is by like 0.5, I think, right, in this game? Or how it was working. So that's definitely something, yeah, to keep in mind. If you have the trinket to really optimize the amount of DPS you're able to get out of that trinket, is if you're not sure on when to use it during combustion, just have a macro that instantly cancels it out as well. I don't know if you already have that one.
I think so. Just a second.
Because indeed there's a macro that you can use to instantly just cancel it. Yeah, perfect. So if you can, like, you can use that, right, during your combustion, and it's just instantly going to be removed, right? And that's really helpful. So you just have to press it once, and then it's just gone. Whenever you have 2 stacks of Infernal Cascade, right, to really optimize the damage. So if you can quickly do it again now, without a crit, please. Then we can really see how much it's going to hit for. Oh, it's crit again, obviously. No, but all right, you can see it, right, that it's actually going to be doing more damage if you use it during your combustion, during Infernal Cascade. So what is usually your talent setup that you run during your raids? Just the normal things, yeah, perfect. All right, then we don't have to change anything about this. That is good. So let's actually just start and look into your, yeah, first kill, yeah, your Streakwing kill, right? And after that, we're going to be looking in the Hungering one, since you said, yeah, that one was the one where I had the most issues. So we're just going to go and look over that fight. I'm going to be sharing my screen here now as well, so you're actually going to be able to watch it together with me on whenever we're actually yeah, checking it out, right?
Yeah, coaching.
I'm going to be putting out the sound though. So let's see how this is going to go. So what is your strategy actually usually on this fight? Oh, 1 sec. I need to do this outside of the stream. I want you guys to see this. Sorry. All right, it's gone. Perfect. There we go. All right. Is this Mythic Streakwing? No, this is Heroic Streakwing. This is Heroic Streakwing, indeed. So are you guys doing the strategy that you're baiting the Echoing Screech and then just move to a different pillar, or are just doing it like wing it and see how it goes?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Now we're just gonna see. Yeah, we're just gonna look at how this is gonna go, right? So you do have all the buffs, so that's good. Oil, flask. Yeah, perfect. What food do you normally use in like M+ and things?
The haste one.
The haste one, oh yeah. Yeah, same like me. Yeah, I just like that food. Also, the mastery one on my server is like twice as much than the haste, so that decision is easily made on buying which one, right?
Gonna cash on those boomies.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I don't know which opener you're doing, so let's find out. All right, so yeah, okay, you're pre-casting Pyroblast now. And then you're using a Fireball into... Ah, okay, perfect. So you have 2 stacks now. Make sure that it doesn't drop right. Perfect. And that's going well, right? All good. Oh, you're using a score? Yeah. So what you could have done here, right, is actually use the Alter Time. Since with Alter Time, you were going to be able to instantly get back. And maybe if you're going to dodge something else later, you should have needed your Blink or something. That's just these little things, right, that are just additionally there. So I see that you do cast... Okay, so now we're just dodging. So now you have 3 stacks of Fire Blast. So you still just don't... Okay, I'm just going to pause it here right now. Since you've been sitting on 3 Fire Blast for quite a while, right? What I usually do myself, the moment I see that I'm getting almost triple stacks of my Fire Blast while combustion is still down, don't be afraid to just Fire Blast into a Pyroblast, right? Whenever you're just casting something else. Since now it's just going to be on cooldown, and you're just not going to be able to use it, right? During the... Yeah, you're just basically wasting time for Fire Blast recharges. And Fire Blast is also going to help you reduce your cooldown on combustion. And by doing that, your combustion is going to be, up faster as well, right? And maybe you're going to be able to cheek in that one more combustion during the fight. Whenever you're fighting, right? So maybe less 10%. You have an additional combustion. Since Fire Blast, together with Kindling, is going to reduce combustion with 1.5 seconds. There's probably right now, now you did choose, that's also what I thought you're going to do, that you're going to use a Fire Blast right now in order to make it go. But I will really recommend to try and do that. So now you did do it, so now you're dodging, perfect. Good thing that you're not using Phoenix Flames. I myself also rarely use Phoenix Flames outside. So yeah, right now you got it again, right? So if you... Maybe this one you were not able to have Alter Time. But I would really recommend, if you get this ability, right, to use Alter Time. Since you're just going to be standing over here, right? And if you used Alter Time here, now you can just indeed walk away far. Good thing you're doing Scorches in between to just, get an additional damage. And then you could have just used Alter Time back to get over here, right? To make your movement as less as possible. So you're going to be able to cast more fireballs and whatsoever during the fight. So I see your combustion is up right now, so I hope you're going to be instantly combusting here. Yeah, alright, awesome. Maybe you kind of wait a little bit too long at the start of your combustion. I kind of want to rewatch on how that's going to go. So just going to rewatch it real quick. Since what I like to do, if you use your fireball right now, you press right now combustion into a fire blast, right? So you already have that one charge. But since you already had a pre-crit, you didn't have to do that, right? So that's good. But what you could have done, right, is actually used a fire blast right here to get this odd streak going, or just before you used how I'm gonna actually say that. So we're just going to quickly go back, and then we just go quickly front. So what I mean is, so right now, you're pressing combustion. Yes, indeed. So what you could have done, the moment you press combustion, you could have potentially pressed a fire blast. So you got that pyroblast already, and 1 stack of Infernal Cascade to get like 2 pyroblast after one another, right? So you had 2 pyroblast going quickly into one another. Because it kind of feels like right now you're just waiting, right? I don't know if it's just how I'm looking at it. But the good thing is, I see that you keep having those 2 stacks of Infernal Cascade, which is very important. And right here, you're just dodging. So, Rune of Power. Yeah, I do see that you use Scorch really often. Even though you could have just casted a Fireball, right? So, did you have a Rune of Power here? Yeah, you did have the Rune of Power active. I always recommend to always just use Rune of Power before you use Shifting Power, right? Since it's going to reduce that cooldown of Rune of Power also by an additional seconds. So you're using it right here, right? But as you can see, now you're just missing 5 seconds of Rune of Power. And it's all of these little things, right, that is really going to help out in the end with the amount of damage that you're going to do. So yeah, right here, indeed, just dodge. There's not a whole lot else you can do, right? So just dodge. Like, you could actually... I thought myself, oh, what if I can Fire Blast during this? But no, he's just immune, so you can't even reduce the cooldowns of anything, right? So that's good. Make sure you don't get hit, and your line of sight from the boss. So that's good. So they got hit. Oh, you did... whenever he actually... Yeah, whenever people get hit, right? Can I go back? It's not going back. All right. So whenever people get hit... You see these little zones, right, on the floor? Yeah, whenever people get hit, the bed isn't going instantly down, but it takes a little while to land. Yeah, you accidentally stood in there. Can happen. Don't worry. But it's just something, right? So right here, you're combusting again. It's good. Like, you're doing the combustion, which is more safe, which is fine to use. But there's like an older combustion out there at the moment, an older opener, which is slightly better. but it's harder to pull off. So if you're not ready to do that opener, the opener that you're currently doing is good, right? I can see as well you're already using your Fire Blast. You are stacking too many Fire Blasters again, right? You're waiting for that hot streak to happen. Right now you do use Fireball, yeah, exactly. So that is something I would really recommend you to focus on, is whenever you're just stacked on your Fire Blast charges and you don't get a heating up proc, just use 2 Fire Blasts to just get a hot streak, right? So this means you have less downtime on combustion, and you're not wasting any seconds of your Fire Blast. So right now, just blinking away, that's fine. You're just placing it where someone is never going to be standing, so I like that. I really like it, since you could have also just placed it down here, right, in the corner or whatsoever, but you actually just moved far. Which I like, especially for progress. It's the good thing to do. Not saying that this is progress, but you're like that mindset of, okay, I need to make sure that's being dealt with perfectly. So that's good. Right now, here you have 2 stacks of Infernal Cascade again. Did you actually go for 5 stacks of Fever Incan before you combusted? I'm not sure.
I think I went on 2 or 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you did go to 5, so that's nice. Yeah, I like to do that myself as well, to just really, optimize the amount of damage you can do during your combustion. So just to get that going at the beginning. I really like it that you never dropped your Infernal Cascade stacks. That's very important to always hit for a combustion, since it's such a big DPS gain, right? So do you guys actually push it? Come on!
Nope.
No, sad. But yeah, like I just said, right, I did see you use the Soul Ignited Trinket outside of combustion. I really recommend to just use it during your combustion, right? Just use that macro that you just got in order to just instantly cancel it out during your combustion to just get that additional 25% damage bonus on top of it. And yeah, that's really something as well. That's just going to be a few K additionally on that damage, but it's just something that's a little bit that's going to help you out, right? But yeah, tactics-wise, I really like how this fight went. Like, you're clearly paying attention to what's going on in the fight. And that's something really important as well. Since, if you do that, you already going to, you know that you're going to be capable of just doing the mechanics correctly, and then you can focus more on doing the damage, right?
Of course.
So that's really good. You got Anima. Let's go.
As always.
Yeah, it's always the case, right? You always get that first. But yeah, I really like the very first fight on how it went. So I'm quickly going to show you, like, the other opener that I meant, right? Like, the one that you're using at the moment is also fine. Don't worry about that. That one is also fine. It's more if you're not confident in doing the second opener. I myself actually had quite some issues with getting this opener really rolling, since sometimes I just really screwed up at the beginning, and whenever I did that, I just noticed, okay, my damage is just awful right now. So with that opener, like, what you just do, you're still gonna precast Pyroblast, right? Into your trinket to use it before. I got lucky now and got a hot streak proc, but I didn't want to get that actually. Since now, I already used my trinkets and everything at the beginning of my combustion. So the Fire Blast that I'm already using at the beginning are also getting that additional damage buff from my trinket, basically.
Okay.
I myself actually forgot, since this was actually a tip from a viewer as well. I don't know who said it. Since the badge itself, right, lasts for 15 seconds, and our combustion lasts for 12 seconds. So if you use the trinket before you combust, you're actually going to have like a 2-second cast time on Fireball. So you're still having 13 seconds left of the trinket to use during your combustion, and combustion only lasts for 12 seconds. And if you use it before, you're just going to be able to get a little bit more damage out of your combustion as well. So I'm just trying to see, because I know already which opener you did, and that one is also fine. That one is also just fine. Especially if you're still trying and learn everything, right? It's definitely fine opener as well. Since I know which opener you're doing, so you're Pyroblasting, right? Into 10 in this, and then you're waiting. Yeah, if you didn't at the proc, you were waiting, and it's just a little bit slower than the one if you use 2 Fire Blasts at the beginning of a fight in order to instantly get those 2 Infernal Cascade procs rolling to really blast at the start. But I myself really fucked that up a lot. So that's something I also had to work on quite a bit. And it's always different. Like at some point I was able to do it on the target dummy, but then I started to do it in raid. And I still noticed I was still fucking up quite a lot with that. But yeah, my real tips on this fight that I did miss right was, yeah, alter time. Don't forget to use alter time. Alter time is actually an ability which I really love. It's really strong. It's basically a get out of jail free card for a mage, basically. Since you can go really far with the mechanic, that's really annoying. You can just go to Africa or something and just come back again with alter time while being full HP again. It's a really strong tool, and especially you mentioned on Hungering Destroyer. So we're going to go into Hungering Destroyer now, and that's definitely a fight as well where alter time is really going to be able to help out a lot. So yeah, we're just going to go into Hungering Destroyer. So on this fight, on the Streakwing, you did pretty good. I didn't see that many flaws, many mistakes. Something that I did see, you did cast Scorch quite a lot, while you could have potentially casted a Fireball. So you don't really have to move constantly. If you know you're fine, just start casting Fireballs instead of Scorch. Since Fireball's still gonna hit more than Scorch, unless, right, the balls below 30%, then you instantly swap over to Scorch and just, yeah, get those easy heating up strikes going. So, alright, let's start looking in Hungering Destroyer then. So here you're doing the Arctic Spiral Blast, perfect. And then into Combustion. Yeah, I myself actually really recommend on this fight to wait. Yeah, it depends. It depends actually, right? Since I don't know on Heroic, it really depends on your strategy, right? The way how we deal with it is with like 4 markers next to the boss, and then we have to move with the marker that has miasma on top of that marker. So if I would have gotten the miasma at the beginning, I had to move towards that marker while using Combustion. But in Heroic, I think you're just standing wherever you are, right? Since I don't think you're going to get any stacks with soaking. So then indeed you can just Combustion at the start, and that's good. So let's continue. So you have the laser. That's good, you're blinking out. That's nice, I'm blinking back in. Then you're going to get Expunge soon. So what I really like to do during Expunge, right, is to use alter time basically to just go far out and then click alter time again to get back instantly, which is just going to help out a lot. So I see you're not stacking up that many Fire Blasts, so that's good. I like that you use Scorch. The moment you're moving, you're casting Scorch, which is really great. Which I really like to see that.
Glad to hear.
Yeah. No, these are like, it's all those small things that really makes you improve, right? So that's really good. So let's see. You're gonna help soak. That's nice. And maybe you could have actually, yeah, exactly. There we go. I just want to say Rune of Power, and there you have the Rune of Power already. So that's good. So you're about to get Combustion, so you're instantly gonna use it. That's nice. Consume is also still, yeah. No, wait. Actually, yeah. Sorry, I totally forgot about that one. Like, I see that you have instantly Combustion on this fight on Hungering Destroyer. It's very important to know the timing of the Expunge ability and Consume, right? Since with both of these abilities, we have to move out of the raid. So you need to move to the side to somewhere else, right? And if you combust just before Expunge is happening or Consume, you have to move. So you're not going to be able to stand into your Rune of Power that you currently have on the ground, right? Because of Combustion. And you really have to move out of that. And you're also going to be missing out on uptime of your... Yeah, you're just not... It's not the normal Combustion that you're used to. So it's going to be different than what you're used to anyway, right? So where is... Expunge, yeah. Oh, that's where it is. So as you can see, Expunge is happening in like 2 seconds. And you just press Combustion. What I really would recommend for everyone to do on this fight is just wait until Expunge is over. Since you can use alter time, right, for the very first Expunge, go far out or go somewhere to the side. And the moment Expunge is over, you can go back with alter time and then instantly go into Combustion. Since then you still have like 14 seconds left before Consumes happen. And then you were able to do your entire combustion on top of your rune without having to move ever at all. Since I did see right here, you got it, and you were like, shit, but I'm combusting, so I don't want to go too far, right?
Yeah.
So you're standing close, and because of that, you're dropping an orb and you're soaking it. So it kind of, like, it's those little things, right, that are just a little bit that can, go wrong if you're just doing it. What I would have done here as well, I think, no, it's fine actually now. I was thinking about Rune of Power was just about to come off cooldown, and you did use your Sifting Power just before as well. So you're not really clearing out that cooldown that you could have potentially gotten on it. And just the same here as well.
I could have used it anyway because we had to move.
Yeah, exactly.
All the damage of Shifting Power would have gone left.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I on this one, I was also like, I don't think that's an issue on this one because you had to move anyway, right? So that was also what I was thinking. Yeah, I see the trinket. You just used it outside of combustion, right? But I already gave that tip. Use the Soul Infuser during your combustion just before it's about to end, right? Where you still have 2 stacks of Infernal Cascade. And when you're doing that, yeah, you're just going to get additional 3 damage on top of it, which is just really helpful. So nice, you're gonna. I really like it that you're mechanic focused, like you're doing your best on actually making sure that the mechanics are being dealt with correctly. So that's really nice to see. So you do have 2 deaths. So the soaks are going to be very important to do at the moment. So you're getting Expunge. Yeah, like if you used all the time, right, you could just blink out and then used all the time again to get back in. Now you just walked out, but it's just these little things that can really just do that one, I don't know how much % more, but it's just those little things that really help you out a little bit more towards the end. So right now, yeah, we have nothing, right? You did use Rune of Power into Shifting Power, that's nice. Maybe use Fire Blast, perfect. On this fight, I already see a lot less that you're using, you're holding your Fire Blast charges. It might have been because that you actually got lucky with crits, right? With heating up crits, or not. But yeah, it's really something I would really recommend to do. Just now you get a laser, so you're moving out. Nice, hitting each other, that's good. And now we have Consume again, and we go out. Yeah, nice soul shape. And you're still soaking, which is also good. So you're making sure that your party members are not dying from the miasma. That's nice. So the boss is about to fall below 30%. So the moment he falls below 30, right, we're just going over to Scorches. Yeah, exactly. So now you have Combustion. And it's a good timing since you don't get Expunge or whatsoever. So that's nice. Are you out of range? No, you're still in range of Rune of Power. So that's good. And yeah, all right. You could have maybe actually gotten in. No, you didn't at any stacks. Never mind. So Shifting Power, and now indeed just switch over to casting Scorch. And right here as well, right? On this fight, like I just said, really try to look at whenever Expunge is about to happen or consume, right? Like you use your Rune of Power just before Expunge was about to happen. So you basically lost the entire duration of that Rune of Power that you could have actually used to just get 30% increased damage, right? It's just the little things that are really gonna make the difference at this point. Since you're doing your opener, your combustions are like solid, right? I don't see many mistakes during your combust or any at all, right? So those are being done fine. It's just the things outside of combustion indeed that are really gonna push the edge. And this is something also to take note, right? You might be, shit, I only got like a blue lock or something. But the item level difference in Shadowlands is actually insane. It's like Giga. So at the moment you get like 10 more item levels, you really feel it in power. At least I did, so that's definitely something. So you have 4 stacks now, 5 stacks, and into combustion. Perfect, nice. So really gonna start blasting. And there we go. Consume again. Yeah. I'm maybe you could have hold your combustion, maybe not, like with this here, right here as well. Just gonna go back real quick because after this consume, usually the overlaps that you have expunged into consume within like 14 seconds is where I really like to use the alter time, right? In order to make sure that you're going to be able to get in that combustion just before consume is happening, right? To really maximize the amount of damage that you can get out of that combustion. Since now consume is about to happen in 7 and you just combusted, right? So maybe since the boss was almost dead, it would have maybe been better that you would have hold onto your combustion until consume was over to really optimize the amount of damage that you could have done in it. But the boss is I think that would have been actually the play, since the boss was going to die after that consume, so you're not going to be able to get another combustion in there. So you have laser, blinking away, make sure that you don't clip. Nice. So that's good. Rune of power. And just indeed get going. So on this fight already, I like I just said, right, I already noticed a lot less that you were holding your Fire Blast charges compared to on Shriekwing, so that's really good. And it's very important, because I see this quite often, that people are just waiting for a heating up proc to happen in order to Fire Blast. So I'm just going to quickly show you on my screen here as well. So what I see a lot of people doing, they're waiting until they get a crit. So they're waiting. And I might have actually gotten another Fire Blast strike during that time, right? Like an additional charge. So if you don't, just use double Fire Blast charge. It's whatever if it's outside of combustion. And now it's fine if you don't get a crit. It's whatever, right? Since it's already recharging. So you're really trying to maximize the amount of damage that you can do. But if it's like you're almost about to have combustion, like 5 seconds or something, it's fine to hold that one charge, since you just want to be able to instantly combust the moment you can in order to really optimize the amount of damage that you can do during it. But yeah, another thing, really try to get used to using alter time on bosses, I would say, since I think we're just going to be going into Mythic Plus in a bit. Since we're going to be looking at Woe Analyzer as well, since we're going to be able to see your rotation on how you did, right? So it's easier to catch out mistakes. So really try to get more used using alter time, since especially on high movement bosses like Hungering Destroyer, Shriekwing, if you get the Echo location debuff, even on Side Naturus, right? You can use it on almost every single boss fight. You can use alter time really handy in order to make sure to deal with the mechanic without losing a lot of uptime. If you know what I'm getting from.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
All right, perfect. So what we're going to do now is just going to get into Woe Analyzer, right? So I don't know if you ever heard of this website. I did, recently I got into it as well. And it's actually a website where it's going to be really helpful to analyze what you could have potentially done better during that fight. So let's get going. So Shriekwing, for example. And we're going to be able to, click your character, right? And as you can see, always be casting. That's already one thing. So you can see you didn't cast a lot. Your active time, but the thing is, Shriekwing is a really bad example for active time, since it's a boss that has a lot of downtime because of its face. So it's really difficult to judge the always be casting one. So what we can do, so as you can see, your combustion is pretty good, right? Everything is in green, it's going really good. Infernal Cascade uptime, max and stacks is 80%, since you're doing the fireball into combustion, into fire blast, right? So if you do the other one with the 2 Fire Blast opener instantly, then it's going to be higher. But this one is fine as if you're still trying to figure out the class, right? So this is looking, your combustion is, like I said, your combustion is good. So it's just more outside of combustion on how to really optimize everything. This one is like, for example, heating up and hot streaks. It's like, hot streak procs used is always, you never let anything go. Precasting before using a hot streak, Fire Blast usage. So you can see here as well, you use Fire Blast. But here we can see it, right? Using your supporting talents and spells, you can see Fire Blast cast efficiency is not that high, since you were holding onto it quite often in order to get a heating up proc in order to use it on, right? So, like, you can definitely see it over here better. You use 34 out of the 46 potential casts. But the thing is here as well, since Requing has a lot of downtime, this number isn't really accurate that much, but we did still see that you were holding on to Fire Blast a little bit too long in the hope of getting a proc. So I really tried to work on that Fire Blast into a Pyroblast during a cast of something else to really maximize everything. Rune of Power overlapped. So what that means basically is you use the Rune of Power. Oh shit! You use the Rune of Power during just before your combustion or not, and as you can see now they're overlapping, and that's what they mean by it. So it's not the worst. Shifting Power, so it's 59.09%. I'm not sure if you hold onto Shifting Powers ever at all. I might have missed it. But this might be because of Requing having a downtime. I'm actually going to pick a different boss because it's going to be easier to track the downtimes on the fight. So we're just going to take Hungering Destroyer. Since we have seen how that fight is working out and we've seen how it went. So always be casting. So your active time, sometimes you're a little bit too far out of the from the boss away when with Expunge. That is fine. So that isn't the biggest issue. So anytime you're not casting something, the damage that is lost indeed. So you can actually check out this entire website to just see how everything is going. So here you can already see your Fire Blast efficiency is already way better than what it was in Requing, right? Like I also said that already, you were using it a lot more on this fight compared to Requing. I don't know if it was just lucky of it, or you actually focused on, okay, I almost getting 3 stacks, so Fire Blast into a Pyroblast. And same thing with Phoenix Flames, those are fine as well. So Rune of Power, you can definitely use more Rune of Powers, as you can see here as well. And if you look at it, you have usage of 73%. So there's some 27% Rune of Power that you could potentially use during the fight. So you're holding onto Rune of Power either too long, or you didn't use it at all before you use a Shifting Power or anything. And here you can see it as well. Average time spent inside of Rune of Power is 10 seconds when Rune of Power actually lasts for 12 seconds. And that's probably because you had that one unlucky Rune of Power that you used just before Expunge happened, right? And yeah, you can just really see what you can improve on this website. So as you can see here, 7 out of 9 potential casts. So you did miss two Rune of Powers actually during the fight. And same thing with Shifting Power. You use Shifting Power well, some critical abilities, Combustion and Rune of Power were not on cooldown. So indeed, if this is something that did happen, always make sure to only Shifting Power after you use Combustion, or always just make sure that Combustion is on cooldown before using the power to really help out that cooldown reset. But alright, so we just go into timeline. So what you can see here, right, is especially your timeline on how to fight. Wait, hello? Wait. Cooldowns. Okay, so we do the same with cooldowns basically. So this is basically how you can see what you did during your combustion or what you're doing in between that time frame event. So you're pre-casting a Pyroblast into casting a Fireball, right, into combustion. I already gave the tip as well. Use the Gladiator's Badge before you're casting that Fireball, since there's 50 seconds duration and your combustion lasts for 12 seconds. So you should be able to get your entire trinket inside of it. Same thing goes with the potion, by the way. I do the same thing with the potion. I use it before I hardcast the Fireball, since you won't be able to use it during the combustion itself. And here you did press the Soul Ignition trinket, but you forgot to release it, I think. I don't know if that counts it like this. But yeah, like you got...
So I just had let to run it out.
Yeah. Yeah, alright. Yeah. No, we already went over that, and I think that's also something you can definitely get going, right? But overall, your combustions are clean. I don't see that many issues in it. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 You got 7 combustions in there. Whenever you get the higher haste, you're going to be able to get consistently 8 into every single combustion with Bloodlust. Outside of that, I mostly either also get like 7. But that's really a haste thing. So really, whenever you get that 20% haste, you're going to notice it a lot as well. That you're really going to be able to get in that 8 Pyroblast during your combustion. But yeah, outside, so your combustions are going clean during the fights, right? They are doing, they're good. So that's something only if you really want to go into a better opener is whenever you're going to do it like how I said it before. So I'm going to just quickly take a word doc. So what I mean by that, right, is you're hardcasting you're using trinkets, right, into a fireball. And just whenever the fireball is like 0.5 seconds or something, 0.5 seconds, you really start, you're going to press combustion, right? And the moment you press that combustion, you use 2 times Fire Blast. So you get instantly that 2 stacks of Infernal Cascade. So you get instantly 2 stacks. But what you have to do then is use Pyroblast instantly. Since during the time Fireball's flying, you have to press 2 Fire Blast and a Pyroblast in order to really make sure that that uptime is going to be correct. So you don't waste anything. But this is something I really screwed up a lot at the beginning. This start, either I used 1 Fire Blast, only 1, or I accidentally used 3, or afterwards I accidentally used another Fire Blast, which should actually be now a Phoenix Flames, in order to make sure that you're going to be able to keep the 2 stacks of Infernal Cascade always going. So I'm going to quickly show you in game, and it's a lot of buttons to press at the beginning. So you use your trinkets and ratio into Fireball into 2 stacks, right? And then because of that, you're able to have 2 Pyroblasts at the beginning instantly. And just before Infernal Cascade is running out, you get this Fire Blast charge again. And as you can see, you're going to have it the entire time during your combustion. And I actually forgot to press my Soul Igniter trinket during it. But right now, I only also still got 6 in, right? But this is so you're actually going to be able to have a little bit more damage if you do this opener. But if you're not consistently pulling out this opener, I recommend to just stay with the combustion that you're currently using. It's just a little bit of less DPS, but it's way more consistent if you can pull it off, right? So since I was using this opener for a really long time as well myself, and yeah, it's just more difficult to pull out the other one. All right, so that's the stuff about raiding. Actually, do you still have any question about the raiding so far?
I think the most stuff comes together with actually knowing the bosses.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't play most of the bosses anyway, so.
All right, yeah, but the main thing I would really recommend you to focus on, like your combustion. I will just keep your combustion as this for now, right? Until you really went over and do everything outside of combustion, also the way how you want to do it, right? To make sure that you don't miss any uptime, that you're not missing any Fire Blast that you can use during the boss or your Rune of Powers or whatsoever. And then if that is going correctly, I would say, okay, just try to get into that combustion where you're going to be using 2 Fire Blasts at the start to get instantly 2 Infernal Cascades. And that way you're going to be able to improve even more, right, after you were able to get the maximum out of your downtime combustions, right? Since my tip really is don't focus on everything at the same time. Make like steps that you want to do and do one by one, right? So you do, I don't know, right? Like I just said, focus on making your rotation outside of your combustion work. And whenever everything outside of that is good and going well, and then you can start focusing. Okay, and now I'm going to really start focusing on making my combustion as good as possible, right? With the two Infernal Cascade stacks from the beginning. Because you don't want to be overloaded with information from the get-go. Like, oh shit, now I fucked up my combustion, and now I need to focus on this, and now on that, and then it's just going to pile up a lot. And then it might just be a little bit too much to handle instantly, right? And this is something I myself also still do a lot. Like, I focus just on one thing at a time before I actually do anything else. Okay, so I'm happy on how our rating went, to be fair. So we're just gonna take the logs with it now, since I think the rankings. I didn't check the rankings actually.
Just a second.
Yeah, I see them right here, right? So as you can see with the rankings, what I mean with item level. So you're 207 item level, right? If you're lower item level, I will just focus on the item level percentile, since that's where it's really going to be. Since with the overall ranking, you're going to be competing with people that have 220 gear, and I don't want to be a dickhead, but if you're 207 item level, it's going to be really rough to out DPS at 220, since they are just they have just so much gear, they have way more substats and everything. So just try to focus on looking at your item level percentile, since that's going to be the better way to really indicate on how well you're doing. All right, and I can already guarantee you, if you work on the fire blasts, that you're never going to be able to get the fire blasts on 3 stacks outside of your combustion. You're already, I can guarantee that you're going to be getting higher already. Since I don't know how it went on Huntsman Altmore. Just as you can see, 65, right? So this one already went better. And for Hungering, 59. So this one also already went better, right? So these are just really the things that your combustion yourself was going good, but it's just the things outside of the combustion. All right, but let's get cracking into the Mythic Plus. So I did see this one a little bit, and I did notice one thing already from the get-go that you need to do.
That doesn't so good.
You're using Conflag as a talent. For Mythic Plus, you always want to use Flame Patch, no matter what week it is. Flame Patch just deals so much damage compared to Conflag for Mythic Plus. Since I also checked your damage breakdown, right? And I saw that, see, like Flame Strike is 1.3 million. And now just think that like 10% of this damage, or even more, no, more even, like Flame Patches for me sometimes even deal like around 600 to 700k damage over an entire dungeon. And if you compare that to Conflag, which is only 256, right? Just by switching this one singular talent, you don't have to do anything about it, right? You just switch this talent and you're instantly going to be able to do way more damage with your AoE. Sure, our single target does hurt a little bit from it, but Conflag isn't that big of an upgrade for single target over Flame Patch. Sure, Conflag is a little bit better, but you're going to gain more damage out of the talent Flame Patch than the Conflag talent. So just always use Flame Patch no matter what week, trying to call Fortified. Just take it. Can I see? So, what item level? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, but I was just thinking, because I rather run rather low keys, and therefore the mobs died pretty quickly. So conflict would probably make more sense.
Yeah. I can see that indeed. But one sec, I'm gonna just. So, but the thing is as well, right? It actually stacks.
Okay.
So you can see it sticks for 104, 208. See, it stacks, right? You can have multiple flame patches at the same time.
Okay.
So it doesn't reset, right? And because of that, as you can see right here, you're actually getting so many flame, like all these little crits, right? It's just flame patch. And this is just single target, but just already look, right? Flame patch is almost the same damage as flame strike itself. Even if it's a lower key dungeon, you're still gonna get a lot of damage out of just purely flame patch.
Oh, okay.
So that's the reason, because it stacks, right? Like the stacks on the ground, you're able to get like 4 to 5, as long as the duration is there. Is why it's so good compared to Conflag, and why I really recommend to just use it over conflagration, no matter what key or difficulty it is. So yeah, that was the main thing I already noticed at the beginning. What item level Flame on Convoke do you have, actually?
Flame on, just a second.
Yeah, sure.
Flame on.
Master Flame, sorry. Flamon is the talent. Master Flame is 200 item level, I see. Yeah.
No. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's 200 item level.
No, Master Flame. If you go to your potency conduits.
Oh, Master Flame.
Yeah, Master Flame.
Yeah,
so
200.
that's usually the one that I like to take for M+, especially if it's fortified weeks, since Flame Strike is just doing more damage, right? And in fortified weeks, it does take longer to kill certain trash bags than if it's tyrannical. But I don't really know myself really well on how it is in lower keys, on how quick trash actually dies. Since then, Discipline of the Grove is still a good option to have to take, especially during tyrannical. I think Discipline of the Grove is still something that you can use, since I can imagine that doing a lower key, the trash in tyrannical weeks can just die really fast, and just having a faster cooldown reset on your combustion is something that's really going to help you out. So I can definitely see that going. But otherwise, on fortified weeks, I recommend you to use the Master Flame one over Discipline of the Grove, especially since it's almost the same item level as that you currently have with the Discipline of the Grove talent, not talent, potency conduct, right?
Okay.
And I did see you at an 184 Infernal Cascade. What level of keys are you usually doing, actually?
Currently, most of the time, between 13 and 11.
Oh shit, okay, no, then you should definitely try to get into a Plague Fog key. The moment you do like a 10 or higher, the chances of conduits dropping is so much higher than what it is if you're doing a lower key. And the moment you're doing a 10, I thought it was a 10, you're going to be able to get item level 200 potency conduits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to be able to get item level 200 on the Infernal Cascade. And just getting your Infernal Cascade up by a little bit already means a massive DPS difference from the get-go, since it just helps you out so much during your combustion. So that's definitely something I would recommend and try to get as soon as possible, right? If you ever have time and you're just thinking, oh, I just want to do key right now, just try and look for a Plague Fog key to join, since, yeah, you're going to have an high odds, especially if you're doing 10 or higher, that you're going to be able to get a Infernal Cascade item level 200, which is just going to really help you out. The Discipline of the Grove item level 200, I don't know, your 184, how much cooldown reduction is it at the moment? 5 seconds, right? Yeah, 5 seconds. Yeah, if you get... This one is pure RNG from world bosses, by the way. The item level 200 one is doing additional 6 seconds instead of 5. It's it's really random. But you really need to be lucky to get it during your combustion. Not combustion, during your world boss swoop for the week. That is just something you just need to get lucky with. It's not something you can really target. But all right. So that's already the start of the M+ one that I saw. So let's actually start looking into video. I am pretty sure I'm not going to be looking the entire run. Just going to be looking at the main start, right? Then, yeah, just somewhere halfway through so we can see. Since I have no clue on how pools are going to be dealt with at the beginning, right? Like how you guys do pools. Let's just keep going. Right. Nice. You have the interrupt weaker eyes, I think, right? So that's nice to have always. Since you have 2 melees. Okay, I wonder if they're going to double pull. Nice, double pull. I like that. That's good. Instantly into combustion, into flame strikes, right? Yeah, exactly. Like if you would use the flame patch talent here, right? You would have already had 3 flame patch just going onto all of these minions, right? And would have just really killed them so fast.
Okay.
So it's really something. Oh shit! Wait, how did you die? Hold on.
I just aggro.
Yeah, it was skittish, right? Yeah. This is the main issue of being a fire mage, is skittish. I'm so glad that they removed that fix, actually. Like, yeah. Okay, no, yeah, that's something that can just happen. Yeah, maybe something for in the future that could help is just wait a little bit, but I myself still make the same mistake as well. Right now you're using Pyroblast. Yeah, I would have still used the Flame Strike here actually, since there were still 3 targets alive. So I would have still actually used the 3 Flame Strikes there.
Okay.
Like you most of the time, 3+ adds, especially if you run the talent Flame Patch, is worth it already to use Flame Patch on. So you did use your Rune of Power there, but you instantly went out, right? So it's things like that. I would really try to. You can. Oh yeah, nice. You are spell stealing it. Awesome. I like to see that. Oh, that buff feels amazing, right? I would have still combusted here maybe, since our combustion is really the main source of our damage, right? And I see that some ads are still quite healthy. And you could have probably still used your entire combustion into this trash pack. If you used it the moment you would have gotten it, right? It really depends on where you're going next, right? If you're gonna kill the big guy or going inside. Like if you're not going to do the big guy, yeah, you're going to do the big guy. Yeah, then you would have maybe gotten another combustion halfway through this trash minion, right? Since you're having this downtime at the moment. I don't know if you have Discipline of the Grove ready. Maybe you are. Not Discipline. Shifting Powers, I mean. So you would have probably actually been able to use an additional combustion there. So I assume you are going to combust this one, the big guy. That will be awesome. Since this guy indeed is really scary on fortified weeks. Also with Enraged, right? Like with Enraged, it's also really scary. Like Rage, so it is getting stunned. Yeah, good. Good thing is that the Druid, I don't know, do you usually click this? Like the special action bar that you can use there as a Night Fae?
Most of the time, yes.
Yeah, okay, no, but since you have a different person now. So I would have actually stood in the anti-magic zone, since it really lowers the amount of damage that you take. It's just to help out the healer, right? Especially if you're getting to those higher keys with Fortified, it can at some point just really stress out your healer, the amount of healing that they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So in just hardcast, yeah, Shifting Power is really strong as well to just AoE. So I see you're using Fireball there. Which indeed you could have instantly used Scorches, which you were doing afterwards, so that's fine. Do you ever use Combustion on the Prideful, actually?
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah, no, same. Cool. No, I usually also try to just hold it for the trash pack afterwards, not gonna lie. It's like such a huge cooldown. I feel it like a waste if I use it on the Prideful. I don't know how you feel about it, but that's something I really feel if I'm using it just before. Yeah, during the Prideful, I kind of feel like it's a waste, you know? Since the amount of damage that you're...
How
spicy it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. Since Combustion is really our only cooldown, right? So you kind of really want to have it with the Prideful buff, and other classes have like other 1-minute cooldowns, 2-minute cooldowns. Yeah, this was just really unlucky that you got it the moment he was going to spin to win. Nothing really you could do. I like it that you're also not focusing explosives. I myself find it really annoying to deal with explosive as a mage, since the only thing that we can really use instantly to remove it is either a insta-cast Pyroblast, which is just the biggest waste ever, or a Fire Blast, right? So, and especially since you have 2 melees, they should definitely be focusing on the explosives over you. Alright, so let's just actually start going a little bit further. I kind of want to see this trash pack later on. This is the very last trash pack. Perfect. So did you guys... Yeah, you guys already did use the phase that's over there that you can use. Behind here, sorry. Did you, by the way, know that you can Dragon Breath the Deathwalker's spin to win, Bladestorm?
You can? No, I didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can actually... these Bladestorms, you can breath them to interrupt them. So okay. It's just something to help out the run, right? For the melee, especially if you're melee heavy. So you can just Dragon Breath it. Like as you can see now, you just Dragon Breath to interrupt the to interrupt an ability, which is also amazing. Those are really the small things that really help out, right? Because right now you could have potentially used a Dragon Breath as well to interrupt those blade storms. But yeah, your interrupts are on point as well, so that's good. Just those small things. But yeah, I assume at the moment it can be quite difficult, right, to actually gear up. Or what is your main source of actually gearing at the moment? Is it just raiding or M+?
Mostly the weekly vault.
Mostly the weekly vault, yeah. Yeah, same for me. How do you feel about PvP, actually? Since that's, at the moment, just the best source of gear.
Well, I actually like gearing through PvP, but I'm just shit at it.
I
just
see.
really bad.
Yeah. No, like 1.6k is 213 gear, which is basically equivalent to heroic gear, right? Which is just actually disgusting. All right, I want to see Hakar. I myself find this boss the most difficult of the entire bosses in this instance. So yeah, all right. Let's see how this combustion is gonna go. Yeah, Infernal Cascade. Boom, boom, boom. Blasting. That's good. Yeah, I myself am also an addict to jumping during combustion. It's just something that you have to do, right?
Always happens that you're just hardcasting.
You should have actually right there, right? You blinked instantly into shifting power, but you had the rune of power. I would have used a rune of power first and then into shifting power, right? Since with this shifting power, you see you're also going to be overcapping almost. So you're also going to use a fire blast, which you could have used in a rune of power to just gain even more damage out of it, right?
Okay.
And like I said before, your combustions are fine. It's just those things outside of combustion I would really recommend on trying to focus, right? Yeah, this is just unfortunate, but you're just a little bit too far. So you could have actually walked a little bit closer now to actually stand in it. Since you don't necessarily have to stand in the Rune of Power, right? It's like a 5 yards radius that you can stand outside of it in order to still be far enough. So 30%, and you instantly go into Scorches. Yeah, I always try to kill the Son of Akars here. Since, yeah, those shit is just gonna hurt so much otherwise. And outside of that, yeah, it looks like this is going fine. Really looks like this is going fine, furthermore. So, it's looking good. So you do have combustion again. I like it that you do use your combustion again, right? Since I don't know if you did think about it or not. Since you already killed a lot of the trash after this, right? Until the second boss room. So it's good that you use combustion here at the end.
I already fought to those mobs, so I just thought I just can use those cooldowns to get it up again.
Yeah, no, exactly. So that's actually perfect, right? Since yeah, it's now a cooldown, and you used it on the last part. And sometimes you just wipe all the boss. Like your damage is actually higher, yeah? 6.1k. Like it's not bad at all, yeah. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie, man. 6.1k. That's nice.
Like well, the boss fight just lasted 1.2 minutes, so yeah.
no. This damage, like you can see it. I don't know what their item levels are, right? But you're pumping, right? Like they're 5.2k, 5.1k. So this is going good, yeah. Like I think it's just those little things outside of your combustion, and if you do that correctly, yeah, you're going to be really pumping hard, man. Like I can already see that happening. So that's really nice. All right, let's just keep moving forward a little bit. Because I really want to see... where is it? There's this one nasty trash bag here. Yeah, these guys. These little fuckers. The Sentinel oils. Since after this, yeah, nice. Okay, you do use combustion for this pack. Nice. I always recommend to have your combustion for this pack. Since, as you can, yeah, those oils, if they don't get interrupted, they really hurt. You can also Dragon Breath them, by the way, to interrupt. So that's something you can also just use additionally in order to make them stop casting. So yeah. Right now, right, you don't have combustion, which is good. You use Rune of Power, and you have Fire Blast charges. Like, this is something you really... Yeah, this is probably your main thing you should work on, right? Is making sure that you don't ever have 3 stacks of Fire Blast charges. Unless you're about to have combustion up, right? So it's right now, you're back at it again with 3 charges that you're still waiting in order for a lucky crit, right? And I think if you really start doing that more, same with Rune of Power, I really think your DPS is just going to go up a lot outside of your combustion. Since basically using Fire Blast more also means that you can use more combustions, since, yeah, it reduces the cooldown. So that's good. Want to see the second boss fight as well. There we go. And this boss fight, it's a fun one. Well, let's see if we can get some tips on this one. Because at the beginning of the expansion, whenever I did this boss, we just skipped everything. I had no clue what these abilities were. So explosives. Oh, nice. Did you do that, by the way? I didn't know for sure if you actually canceled that one. Or if it's someone else.
I don't think so.
Shit. Okay, so they're doing the line. So these lines need to always be soaked, right? Since if it's going into the boss, it's going to do a lot of AoE damage. And it has a stacking debuff, so sometimes you need to take over from someone else in order to make sure that they don't die, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is going fine.
So
you're
just
not
like the guy
holding.
from Templephones of Cistralis, the third boss.
Yeah, basically exactly like that, yeah. And then you also need to make sure like these guys are kind of... it's fine. It's going away. You don't have combustion... time warp even yet. Damn, your guys are going fast. Okay, yeah. Good thing that you do click it. But usually you have like the healer that deals with it, right? That goes for the clicks. Oh, that's fine. So you have Infernal Cascade all the time. During combustions, like I said, all right, your combustions are good. Like I don't... All the things that we saw tonight, your combustions are always like you're not dropping your 2 stacks of Infernal Cascade. You always have all your charges ready for it. So that's all going really well. And that one is also good. Like I don't know if the healer was going to be able to get it in time. So you need to make sure to hit the boss with this one. Yeah, perfect. You're doing that. Awesome. Yeah, to be fair, you're doing pretty good, man. So into Scourges instantly. So you get Rune of Power now. Now you should use Rune of Power. Good thing you saw that one. Yeah, you should have used Rune of Power here, actually. Like, as you can see, it's off cooldown at the moment. So you could have used it in order to, yeah, just do a little bit more damage. Since now you do use it, but it's facing away, so you need to wait 4 seconds for the other boss to come down. So that's just a little bit of time loss, right, on your Rune of Power. It's something really minor, I know. It's something really nitpicky at the moment. But it's just those small things that really help out as well. And I like it. Again, you're using combustion even though the boss is almost dead. Since indeed, in the other side, you have a lot of downtime walking back to the place where you need to be next. So that's really nice. So I kind of want to check out this guy. Since, yeah, you don't have combustion for this. So this one might be a little bit spicy. So yeah, all right. The only thing that I kind of want to go over now is going to be the final boss real quick. So do you use combustion at the beginning? Yeah, you do use combustion at the beginning. Okay, cool. Like usually indeed you have time to use combustion at the beginning of this boss fight. And whenever... Sorry?
And in the intermission.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, no, that's perfect. So I really like it already. You do use it at the beginning, so you pretty are already aware of it, that you can do it. So that looks really good. But that's looking fine. And then we just go quickly towards the intermission, because nothing really happens in this boss fight anyways, otherwise. So you go in. And indeed, as you can see, right, you have combustion almost ready. And even if you don't have a perfect combustion on this guy, it's fine, all right? Like, it is going to die anyway, even if you don't have the best combustion. Since I myself also do that. And I like it. I really liked it that you did use a Phoenix Flames here before using another Fire Blast, right? Since you were going to be able to use the other Fire Blast otherwise here, but you did use the Phoenix Flames to still have a higher uptime on Infernal Cascade. It might not be 2 stacks, right? But it's still a little bit of additional uptime on it. And just by doing that, you have it killed easily in time. Like, you have 15 seconds left, yeah? Before it's even going to be over. So we're going over here now. The main issue that I always have here is whenever you have all the buffs, is that I always cast way too fast. And someone actually didn't manage to kill it. I see. Someone actually died. All right. That can happen. That can happen. So kind of want to go further into it. All right. So you guys are over here again. You have combustion already, I see. Since if you indeed cannot combustion the moment you you can never do that. Since you just use it on the intermission, right? And yeah, now you just use it in here. I would have actually not used combustion on this guy since you were with 4 people, right? So maybe it would have been better if you used combustion the moment you came back, right? For the final part with the additional haste and everything. Okay. And by doing that, yeah, you will just deal a little bit more damage, right? Since you were with 4 people on this platform, so you were definitely going to kill it in time, right? So that was not going to be an issue at all. So now the boss is about to die. And yeah, that's all looking good. So just using Scourges. So right now, maybe, yeah, I myself am also still really torn on whether to use a... Yeah, you could have potentially... Yeah, you should have been able to use a Phoenix Flames in here, actually. Like, this is something you really need to feel on when you can actually use a Phoenix Flames or when you are not able to use the Phoenix Flames. Usually, you are not able to use the Phoenix Flames after a combustion. But right now, you could have probably actually used the Phoenix Flames in here as well. The issue that I have with Phoenix Flames, it travels really slow. So it can take really long before it actually hits, right? Yeah. The target. So that's also my main issue that I have with it. So yeah. All right. But yeah, no, to be honest, the keys are going well, right? Like, yeah, the main thing that really would give you, right, is take Flame Patch as your main, yeah, instead of Conflag, right? Since Flame Patch is just really, really gonna help you out so much in your AoE damage that you will probably go. It's gonna be around here, right? I think even it's gonna be sitting around Ignite damage if you use Flame Patch. That much damage that it actually does, right? And yeah, no, but your awareness is good. I haven't seen anything really like over the boss fights that your awareness was not there or that you just totally forgot about something. So if you just focus on those little things outside of combustion, I think you're going to be able to really get really OP. To be fair. And yeah, you did already change your enchants as well. But yeah, outside of that, I don't think... I don't know anything else, actually. So I don't know if you have any questions.
I think now the most things come down to actually playing and applying those tips you gave me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably going to be the main thing, indeed. Like, really just making sure... Like, these are the main tips that I will really give you right now, right? Tip number 1 is make sure that you never have 3 stacks of Fire Blast, unless you're about to get combustion. That will be my main tip for you. The other tip will be try to use Altered Time more, especially for raiding, right? That you're going to be able to go far out, use Altered Time, and then you're able with Altered Time to go instantly back, right? And by doing that, you're losing less DPS than what you will do by just walking out. That's another tip I will do. And try to work only at one thing at a time. Don't try to work at like doing 20 different things at the same time. That's going to be really messy. I don't know how well you are with that, right? But it can be really confusing if you're trying to learn everything at the same time. And by doing that, yeah, you're just going to maybe make way more mistakes than what you were doing before, and then it feels like that you're down progressing, right? Compared to actually getting better. But yeah, outside of that, looking really good, man. Looking really good.
Thank you very much.
So, unless you don't have any other questions anymore, I don't think I can really go over anything else anymore. It might have been a little bit... Sorry. It might have... it's because I have been talking a lot. It might have been a little bit messy, but that's also because you're my first test subject for this section as well. on looking on how it's gonna go. So you're my very first test subject as well. So yeah. No, unless you don't have any other questions anymore, then I think I am done. I think. And you can always still ask me, right? If you ever have any questions, you can always still ask me, just in the Discord or in Twitch or whatsoever, right? So you can still do that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for your help.
Yeah, no problem, man. Anytime. Anytime. Sorry?
And see you later on stream.
Yeah,
well,
thank you.
I'd rather see you on stream. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quickly gonna take a little break before the raid, so I'm just gonna be AFK for like 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna be back again with stream.
So anyway, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. I really hope that helped. This helped you. I really hope it did.
I think so. I hope so.
All right, perfect. Because I'm just
at
looking at your
gear. I can watch the VOD anyway.
Sorry?
So if I forgot anything, I can just watch the VOD anyway.
Yeah, true. And if you're also like, oh, okay, what can I improve on? Like I said, if you record yourself, it's really going to help you out a lot by rewatching it, right? So that's that. No, but all right. Thank you so much for being my first test subject for this section. And yeah, I'll see you later, I guess. Just hit me up whenever you have a question or whatsoever, and that's going to be fine.
Have fun with your officer meeting.
Yeah, thank you, man. All right. Cheers, man. Have a good day.
You too.
Hello, guys. ItzzDivinity here, and that was already the very first episode of my new series called Mage Coaching, basically. So I know this episode was kind of messy and not really organized, but that's definitely something I want to improve on for the very next episode. Like, I already knew from the beginning, right? It was going to be more messy and not as organized as I really wanted it to be, because I had no clue what to expect, right? Since this was also, for me, something new, something I was doing for the very first time. But really, guys, thank you all so much for watching. And if you did, learn something out of it, or you just enjoyed the video, then please leave a like and subscribe. Really help me out a lot. I will be doing those coaching sessions, by the way, on twitch.tv/ItzzDivinity. And yeah, it depends, right, on the time, whenever I'm available, and also the person that I'm going to be coaching is available on when I'm doing that. But yeah, anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye-bye.